We opened in Wigan in June 2008. That's when the business started. We've actually moved premises since, but both are in the centre of town in very good locations. We moved into our current business 3 years ago. We've done lots of renovation to bring the office up to very good standards. We are operating both sales and lettings. We have a portfolio of properties in the region of 300 that we manage, which obviously built from zero, and we're getting very well recognised in the sales market as an agent who delivers very good service in terms of selling properties. My team are focused on delivering great customer satisfaction, and you'll see that in things like the testimonials that we have on FIFO, a few on Google, but also All Agents website. You can see what our customers are saying about us, and that stems from the fact that I work hard on having a very good and settled team. Two of my team started with me in 2008, that's who I started with, and they're still with me now and going strong. So I recognise the value of having a good, loyal, stable work team who are focused on delivering what customers want. Yeah, guaranteed rent is a unique product to Northwood. It's not insurance based, it's effectively funded by the business, and it takes the risk out of lettings. In our area I also find that it offers a very good yield, so our guaranteed rent tends to be around 5% yield, and obviously that's way higher than you can get putting 80, 100, 150,000 pounds in a bank account these days. So effectively it's a no risk solution for a landlord, because we pay that guaranteed rent regardless of whether there's a tenant living in the property, and regardless of whether the tenant living in the property is actually paying the rent. So it's a very good low risk solution, actually offering a high yield. I'm often asked the question, what's the cost of it? It is done by valuation, but that yield that I've given is a very good indication of what can be achieved with guaranteed rent. From a sales perspective, house prices, which is one of the key things people want to know about, have grown in Wigan by around 10% in the last 5 years. They've not recovered to where they were pre-crash level, so there's still a little way to go, which is different to a lot of other areas in the country. Sales demand is difficult. It's not as high as it was again pre-crash, but there are a lot of buyers out there wanting to buy properties, and however they are in smaller quantities than many years ago, also there's less properties to buy, so there's less stock on the market to meet the demand, but that demand is lower. So what we're finding is that actually underpins a growing house price. It's not shooting, and I don't think that's healthy for the property market itself, but house price is steadily growing. In terms of lettings, it's very interesting because we're also seeing that there aren't as many tenants wanting to rent as there were a few years ago, but they are still in higher quantities than before the crash. So lettings is still very strong. There's a good demand out there. And although compared to a few years ago, there's maybe again less tenants looking than there were, there is also less stock again. So we're finding that the stock and demand, supply and demand is balanced for both sales and lettings. And in terms of rentals, they are gradually increasing. Again, they're not increasing massively, but they are on the increase, and we support landlords with that. Well, to be honest, for a novice landlord or an experienced landlord, our advice would clearly point a novice landlord to where experienced landlords maybe already have knowledge, which is that there are certain areas of Wigan where properties are highly sought after, and therefore they would be the areas you would tend to focus on because that's where people want to live. So areas like Standish, Orrell, Pemberton, close to schools such as Hawkley Hall, Poolstock, Winstanley. When I say close to schools, close to highly rated schools, although close to any school, even if they're not so highly rated, is also in good demand. We find that generally 2 and 3 bedroom properties are in the highest demand. Yes, there is a demand for 4 bedroom and 5 bedroom, but they tend to be at the top end of the market, and not as many people are looking for those, but then there's not as many of those either. So I would say if somebody wants to contain how much they're investing, 2 and 3 bedroom, terrace, semi-detached properties, either close to school or in a sought after area for reasons other than a school, are great locations in Wigan to come and invest. Yeah, at Wigan we're particularly proud of the fact that in 2015 we were awarded by All Agents the best letting agent and best estate agents, and that's voted for by customer reviews. So customers actually voted to tell us that we were the best estate and letting agents in Wigan in 2015.